The WNBA Draft kicked off. That's right, WNBA Draft kicked off. And the WNBA, Indiana Fever are holding back on that 10th pick. And that's going to be a really interesting selection for the Indiana Fever and what the Indiana Fever decide to do with that pick. Do they want to trade that pick? Do they want to put a veteran presence in it? You've got a lot of hats and minds that are going to go into the selection. Indiana Fever really probably have one of the best scouting teams in the WNBA, and they're very well managed on what it needs to pick a player. Is there a player out there? I really know there's one, but when it looks at the Indiana Fever, you got to have a high IQ. That's going to be number one. You're going to have a high character. That's going to be number two. And you're going to have to be willing and able to adapt to the culture of the Indiana Fever, because the Indiana Fever operations, the way they run their team, they don't go through the drama that other teams do, or I stand corrected, if they do go through the drama that other teams do. The Indiana Fever makes sure it stays in-house, stays where it's supposed to be, and then it allows everything to take its course. 10th pick is a good spot. There's so much talent. Do you take a player here from the United States who's going to fall in the draft? Or do you go overseas and take a player with the 10th pick from overseas? So you got a lot of options. You got 4 spots are taken on the Indiana Fever, I'd say. I mean, you got Leah Boston, there's no doubt about it. You got Lexi Hull, you got Kelsey Mitchell, and then again, you've got Caitlin Clark, who's going to return and is 100% healthy now, which is good, you know. And the best thing that Caitlin could have done is got away from the game of basketball. Now she's got a 10th pick in the draft, and Caitlin, you know, it's going to bug the heck out of Kelly and Amy and Stephanie. Who we taking? That'll be her thing every single day. But Indiana Fever, well, you must understand you're in a position. You've got about 16 players you had. Obviously, you can't bring all 16 back. You got to figure out who's going to be the max contract, who you're going to pay. Now, also, you got to figure out who you're going to draft, because you got draft picks, and those draft picks are going to change, because now that minimum salary means a lot, and you want to get the best bang for your buck. So now you got to look at it from a different perspective. We're one game away from the WNBA Championship. So you're not looking at you've got to retool. You're not looking at you got to rebuild. You're looking for that special talent that falls in the draft, that falls in your lap, is the right player for you to take. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I had a 10th pick in the draft, and I had Kate Martin, and I had Lucy Olson available, why not take them, right? Why not take them? Have no fear. If you got another local player, and you know the player has the character to fit the organization, you know what I say? I say pull the trigger on that player, because the Indiana Fever can benefit from that. And now the spotlight, right, is not going to be as high on you. There's other expansion teams, other things going on, but you want to get out the gate. And you don't know what free agency is going to bring. A lot of new coaches coming in. And, you know, people brought up time and time again with the coaching and the WNBA and all the new coaching it has, and bringing in the men coaches. And then I heard Agumake bring up, and I don't know why everybody always goes down and they play the race card, right? Well, we don't have any black coaches, or we don't have any black female coaches. And it always comes up, but you got to look at that, folks, and did you cultivate that to be where the replacements were groomed? And if you haven't cultivated it, then it's completely different. And that's going to be something you're going to have to look at, and that's going to be, because there's only so many coaches can go around. And at the end of the day, you've got to look at, do I have the right coach to win? This is going to be a pivotal year for the Indiana Fever. It's going to be a pivotal year for Stephanie White. It's going to be a pivotal year for the players on Indiana, because now you're looking at what players are available at what price tag. And that's going to get really interesting. Now, they haven't solved it. The players want more revenue. Oh, that was going to be tough, because you can't get there without really, your operating expenses is going to eat up anything of revenue share, because you're trying to expand. Here's the funny thing about the Indiana Fever. They have a lot of revenue. They have a lot of players. And the owner, I mean, has a right to do whatever he wants. I mean, he can share revenue back with the players. All the revenue is going to the teams now. So every revenue, merchandise, all that Indiana Fever make, that goes back to the Indiana Fever. They can do what they want with their players. I think the Indiana Fever are in a golden spot for luxury tax. They're in a golden spot at the 10th pick in the draft of getting that stretch 4, stretch 5, that player that can really just change the game, kind of like an Army Swiss knife. But if it comes available, who's the number 1 pick? If you guys say, Mike, who's number 1? For Money Mike, it's Betts. I take Betts all day long. Big body, big tree trunk, plays the game well, good shooter, got good range, and just going to cause some confusion all throughout this league. So we'll see where that goes. But the Indiana Fever are going to have a great opportunity to step right in and make something happen. And when they do get that opportunity, they got to pull that trigger and get the right player, high character, high IQ, someone that can adapt to the culture and is willing to step in and also be a member and a team leader as a rookie. This is going to have to be a special player at number 10. It's not going to be off of talent. It's going to be after the player that has to have more than talent to fit that 5th spot for the Indiana Fever. And this is the perfect season. The Indiana Fever window of winning a WNBA championship, I think this 3rd year is the most pivotal year that you can have. And at the end of the day, it's something that you got to get done because the fans and everybody's ready. You got team. If you add to it, you're going to lose a few players, no doubt. But you bring in the ones you want that you feel can play the 44 or 45 game season, and it can make it good.